Boy, oh boy, what an episode. This episode of Married at First Sight, Houston. Listen, we have a problem because this was a 10 out of 10. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. I've been kind of bored this whole season. But this episode, 10 out of 10. And they even showed a little preview to give us a little bit more, okay? Let's get into it. Welcome to Leah D TV, where we kiki about reality TV. If you love TV and want to joke and laugh about all the drama you see, hit that subscribe button, baby, and get comfy. Y'all, where to start? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start with Brett and Ryan. All right. So all of the couples this episode, they met with either Pastor Cal or Dr. Pepper, and I think this was needed. We needed the couples to really ask each other hard questions, to really see where they were in the relationship right now. And the experts need to come on a little bit more often because it's been a little bit of a snooze fest. It gave a little bit, but they were needed, okay? So Brett met with Pastor Cal, and Brett goes to telling Pastor Cal how the honeymoon, really she saw a different Ryan. Like, he was just so lovey-dovey and he was just glad he was matched with Brett and all of these things, right? So Brett wonders if Ryan can really make her happy. Like, at this point, can you make me happy? And it's giving no, because he looks sad in general. So I don't think he can make you happy, but I guess we could ponder it. Dr. Pepper asks Ryan, when did things change? And he said when they met with Viviana. I don't really think so. I think they were brought to the front of the room with you guys. But I think there was even issues before then, because we knew you weren't attracted to Brett even then. So that was Cap. Dr. Pepper says you guys really don't even know each other still. And like, you don't even, talk as much as you should. I feel like Ryan is just trying to not have important conversations. He just wants a fun time. Like, he's like, sometimes we have to have like, not so fun conversations. Well, yeah, that's what marriage is. That's what any relationship is. You're not always going to have fun. You're not always going to be, just having a ball. You're going to have hard conversations sometimes. So anyway, Brett and Ryan, they meet up. It's like both of them are really just walking on eggshells. It's really like cringy to watch. It's just like, can one of you guys just bring it out of each other so we can see something? Because right now it's not giving nothing. And yeah, Brian's like, well, call me on my bull. Call me on my crap. But then it's like Brett is like, I don't know. So it's just like, nobody want to hurt nobody's feelings. The pastor gave Brett a list of things to ask Ryan. He said, ask him, when did he give up on this relationship? Ask him, who is his type? Who did he think he would, be matched with? All of these things. And she asked him nothing. It gave nothing. Later in the episode, Brett met with Ryan's sister. Brett's such a girly girl. I love all her outfits. I love her hair color. Y'all know I'm a Brett fan. So Brett met with his sister, and she was just excited to talk to her because she feels like, who knows Ryan best more than his sister. So Ryan's sister, okay, she gave us some hot piping tea. She asked Brett, when did you start to notice the change with Ryan? Because at the honeymoon, he was good. At the wedding, he was good. When did you start, right? And Brett was like, you know what? About a week after we got home, I started to feel that pushback from him. And then Ryan's sister said, well, maybe since he's back in Houston, he might be a little bit of distracted. she said she's seen him distracted before and she feels like he is. She said that his attention might be with someone else. Now, I feel like his sister knows that it is. She just don't want to throw her brother completely under the bus. But she probably likes Brett because Brett's a girl's girl. So she's like, I'm tired of my sis looking like a fool on here. I need to go ahead and throw her a bone. So that's what she did. And I appreciated it because that makes sense. Like, it's like he's the only one not even trying. Even Johnny is trying a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Ryan is completely checked out. He could care less. And it's not fair. Like, Brett deserves better. That's my girl. But time will tell, child. How many more episodes we got? A couple, right? Okay, we gonna see soon. Moving on, let's talk about Johnny and Bao. Speaking of Johnny, child. So in the beginning of the episode, we see Johnny and he's playing pool with Ryan. Child, 2 peas in a pod, both toxic. And he's telling Ryan that Brett she's trying a little bit right now. She's trying, she's almost trying too hard. Well, goddamn. When she ain't trying, you complain. And when she is trying, she's trying too hard. Like she said last episode, throw her a bone, okay? Johnny ain't never happy. Johnny says in his confessional that Ryan might not be the best person to talk to because he's so negative. Gee, you think? He look negative. He looks sad. Johnny goes on to say that it's not helping. Well, duh. You probably need to... Well, honestly, you don't need to talk to none of them. I was going to say Jose, but y'all got a little bromance, and Jose will probably tell you to leave her, too. So, I don't know, child. So, Johnny is back at home with Bao now. They're getting ready for bed, So, y'all already know it's time to have a deep, dark discussion because this is the only time that Johnny really wants to have them. So, they get into bed, and Johnny tells Bao, he's going through the motions with intimacy, and he wishes that they could build a foundation on friendship. What? Going through the motions? So he's saying that when he's kissing, touching, hugging, freaking, all that good stuff, it's just because that's what he feel like he's supposed to be doing. But he needs a friendship. Baby, y'all were friends 15 years ago. Bao says that she really don't want to do that. She feels like she just has to go along with what he wants to do. And she doesn't really feel like it's fair. So as soon as she said that, he got out of the bed, started throwing a temper tantrum. Baby, I thought he was going to start jumping up and down. He went to the bathroom and he's like, bow, bow, bow. That damn bow. Like, calm down, Johnny. Please, relax. He come back in the room. And the whole time, Bao was like, why are you getting up? We're just talking. He's like, I need a minute. I need a minute. Okay, Johnny. He act like she be doing something to him. Anyway, he get back in the bed after all that dramatics. And he's just like, we need to work on our friendship first. And Bao's like, but that's not helping the marriage. Child, he ain't gonna listen. Moving on, let's talk about Dr. Pepper, right? So Johnny met with her, and immediately Johnny's like, with her, I'm someone I don't want to be. Wow. If she's doing all that for you, you need to go right now. Okay? He says that trust, communication, and a source of friendship are the 3 components that are missing in their relationship. That's cap. It's only you, because I think she trusts you. That's why she was so dumbfounded when Pastor Cal asked, is there anybody else? So I'm assuming she did trust you. Communication, that's all you, baby, because Bao can't stop talking about her feelings. And a source of friendship, y'all was friends years ago. I don't know, child. I'm done. He just want to complain about something. So Dr. Pepper was going on and on to Johnny, and Johnny just looked the most uninterested I have seen him in this whole season. He was just looking like, y'all can't see my face. But he was just looking like, okay, is it time to go? Is it time for lunch? Like, he could care less. And he was like, you know what? When she stopped talking, that's when he was like, you know what? I'm going to try everything you just said. Whole time, all he probably heard was womp, 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 womp. Child, Charlie Brown's teacher. That's what he heard. That's all he heard. Val was meeting with Pastor Cal, and she's feeling really unappreciated, okay? Cherish. She says that she feels like Johnny is 80% out the door. Those are facts, baby, more like 95. And he's just going to drag you for that other 5%. He's going to make your self-esteem low for that last 5%. Then he's going to be 100% out the door. Val said 2 words when she was talking to Pastor Cal that really stuck out for me. And she was like, intent and malicious. And she was so right about that. It's certain things that Johnny says that you know his intent is to hurt her. Is no other intent behind it. His intent is to be malicious. Like we gonna see in a minute, right? So sometimes Johnny's just mean for no reason. And it's not cool. Because Val, I mean, she could lie. She can be a little annoying at sometimes. But certain things you don't got to say. Like, I'm sure she could say some things about Johnny, but she don't. And she a stronger woman than me because, baby, I would have put him right on the spot. Matter of fact, I wouldn't even be there. When he told me on the couch he wished he was matched with literally anybody else, baby, I would have been done in that instant. Probably before then. But, she's strong. She's really sticking it out. I see Val for who she is. She, of all people in this experiment, is really trying. Like, for real. Like, she ain't running. She got Johnny, who's a track star. But she's really trying to stick it out. She meets with Johnny. And she's supposed to ask Johnny, was he ready for marriage, right? So Pastor Cal wants Val to ask Johnny, was he ready for marriage? And Pastor Cal asks, is there any intimacy? There's no intimacy. Wow, that's a shocker. Because Johnny, that seems to be the only thing that really gets him going, really gets his gears grinding. So for him not to be intimate, he's really 95% out the door. Pastor Cal told Val to see if she can go light with the conversations, not so deep, and let Johnny go deep when he's ready. Baby, that don't matter, because he never gonna go deep. He can't stand Val. I don't know why. I think it's something with him, but he really can't stand her. So going deep and going light, baby, it don't even matter, because he don't care. He don't like Val. So Val and Johnny meet up. Val starts talking, and immediately Johnny starts frowning. I'm like, well, damn. Did somebody pass gas or what? Like, his face changes every time she opens her mouth. And it's really rude. Like, you could tell on his face that he really despises her. Val asks, why are you running in this marriage? And Johnny's like, I never ran. Baby, you don't remember them nights you slept at your house? That's running to me. I'm sorry. If you can't sleep in the same apartment complex as me and we're married, you're running. Him and Zach been doing the same thing, but I'm going to get on Zach in 1 millisecond. So he's like, I don't run. Okay, sure. Val says, that's all fine and dandy, but you're going to respect me, okay? You're not going to talk to me reckless how you been talking to me. And he rolling his eyes and just like, I don't talk to you reckless. The whole time he was getting irritated. And if you pay attention to his face, you could tell he was getting irritated, but he just wasn't saying anything because he's passive aggressive. He want to hold his stuff in, right? So the whole time she's trying to stand up for herself. She ain't being rude and nasty, none of that. She's just like, please don't talk to me reckless, okay? Because I'm a grown woman, period. Cal asked the question that Pastor Cal wanted her to ask, which is, were you ready for marriage? Johnny says, I was ready for marriage. But once I saw you, I knew it wasn't going to work because we could have dated for 15 years. I wasn't attracted to you for 15 years. So obviously I'm not attracted to you. You're not my type. 15 years. That's why we didn't go on a second date. I ghosted you. He be saying things to really try to break her down. And Val be taking it on the chin, taking it on the chin, taking it on the chin. You strong, because I would have knocked all that over. Period. I was like, who you think you talking to, huh? Who you think you talking to? I would have had his ass up against the wall. Let me stop. But yeah, don't be mean. He did not have to say all that. And she's just looking there, just seated. I don't know why it's like he's determined to break her confidence down to the ground, baby, before he head out. And I don't like it. It's not appealing. It's really not giving nothing, Johnny. It's giving childish, immature. Baby, I would have been done. Val, let it. Don't do this to yourself, honey. Don't embarrass yourself no more for this man. It ain't worth it. It really... He got daddy issues. He got deep, dark, dangerous issues. So just go ahead. Double, triple D, baby. Deep, dark, and dangerous issues. So leave Johnny where he at. Moving on, let's talk about Gil and Mira. Now, Gil and Mira, they really did a 180 on this season. Like, they were the couple, never been kissed, Drew Barrymore, and all of these things was happening with them. And the whole time they looking like they might be the only couple, baby, to make it through this experiment and might actually last 6 to 9 months. So Gil says Myrla can be a Debbie Downer at some times, and it might be too much for him. Oh, really? Then they show these old clips of like, what? 30-something days ago, Myrla complaining at the hotel room. Baby, that hotel room was atrocious. Okay? Don't do Myrla like that. She done grew. She done learned since then. Don't be bringing up the past, baby. We living in the present. Cut it out. But obviously, he like it and love it because he was still trying to put his lips on her. So, child bye. Myrla talks to Dr. Pepper and she is tipsy. Baby, I like tipsy Myrla. Now, I can hang with tipsy Myrla, baby. I like her sober, but I love her drunk, baby. She was giving everything fun, comedic. I was like, yes, Myrla, to the tipsiness. Myrla sits down with Pastor Cal and she tells him that she loves Gil and he's really everything that she could have wished for. She even starts to tear up. I was like, oh, Myrla, it's good to see her walls are completely down. She didn't rush into it. She really took her time to get to know this man, and it's looking like it all worked out for her. Myrla and Gil meet back up and Gil asks, why did you become a Debbie Downer? And Myrla goes on to say, I'm very much an introvert and, sometimes that's just how I deal with things. I complain, but I realize the error of my ways, baby, and I ain't trying to lose you, period. So Gil asks, what can I do to buffer those feelings of Debbie Downerness? New word. And she says, you just make me laugh. You already doing it. You make me laugh. You distract me from the half-assness. And I appreciate you for that. So Gil was smiling, almost blushing, baby, everywhere. And I feel like the conversation was pretty effective, even though Myrla was tipsy. But, it was cute or whatever. So, let's talk about Rachel and Jose a little bit. Jose comes in and meets with the expert and he's like, I couldn't be happier. When things get rough, she gets to running. And how can I make her not leave? Try not cursing her out, probably. Try not using every profanity you ever heard in one sentence when talking to her. She might not run then. Child, Jose make me sleepy. So then we see Rachel talking to Pastor Cal and, she was telling him about how she knows Jose is the man for her, but she really wants to get to know him. Child, make it make sense. I just want to say that Pastor Cal was a little bit too laid back for my liking when Rachel was telling him about how she was locked out. He was like, well, he's essentially shutting you out. And that won't be your last argument. Rachel was like, well, listen here. If he ever locks me out again, I'm done. That's right, Rachel. Let him know. Because he was too laid back and leisure for me for a man locking you out. He was just like, well, he locks you out. No, he almost got dealt with. Period. So get them together, Pastor, before I do. That's how I would have said it, but y'all, she did right. Now let's talk about when they went to go play volleyball. I ain't forget Michaela and Zach. I'm leaving them to the end because, listen, y'all got to hear about the volleyball first. So everybody goes to play volleyball, and the only person that I didn't see was Val, right? So Johnny was there, but I was like, where Val at? Johnny, what the heck you done did with Val? Val wasn't there, but she showed up in like a cute little cheerleader outfit. She was like, go team, go. I was like, yes, Val, bring the energy. Johnny gonna walk over and give her a little fake ass hug. I was like, I would have been like, give me 50 feet, Johnny. Don't play with me. Gave him the hand, baby, 90s style. Don't get out my face. Out of my face. Don't put on the fake and fraudery in front of these people. And she was like, I don't know. Maybe it was the outfit. Baby, it was. Because y'all know Johnny don't care about nothing. So Johnny's sitting down and talking to the guys, and he's like, I haven't been happy in a long time. And our arguments are juvenile. Maybe that's because you're a juvenile, maybe. You just say you want a high school romance, so you should be right at home with the juvenile arguments. And stop the cap, because Val be too deep to have juvenile arguments. Child, she be talking about everything. She don't be talking about no surface stuff. So that's cap. So then we see Makayla and Zach, right? Oh, Makayla was talking to Pastor Cal, and Pastor Cal was telling Makayla how she needs to contribute to Zach's happiness. Baby, no, you lost me already. She was like, I feel like he needs to be happy on his own. Makayla, you hit the nail on the head. You're supposed to be happy on your own by yourself. You shouldn't even need me to be happy, baby. You should be able to go spend the day with yourself, walk in the park, read a book, and be just as happy. Now, I should add to your happiness, of course. But baby, I'm not here to make you happy. I got to make myself happy. Myself. And then you can contribute to that. And I completely agree with what Makayla was saying. Pastor Cat was like, oh no, you're his wife and you have to blah, blah, blah. Ciao, bye. Of course she's there to make him happy, but at the end of the day, he needs to be happy with himself, and he wasn't. That's why he got married. He was looking for someone to fill a void that he has. Like, that's why he's in competition with his brothers. Oh, they got married. Oh, they got engaged. Now it's my turn. If you take time to focus on yourself, Zachary, and I like you, Zach. Don't think I don't. I do. But I feel like he wasn't ready. And I feel like Pastor Cal needs to back up off Makayla because that's not her job, period. Zach is talking to Dr. Pepper, and he says that he's missing an element of meant to be. And he feels like he's choosing to be happy. Dr. Pepper says she doesn't believe in meant to be. Baby, red flags everywhere. Red flags. Because that's the problem with y'all experts now. Y'all need to believe in meant to be. Because how y'all matched them, these couples, was ridiculous. None of these couples is near meant to be. They just chucking along, child, trying to get some checks. But no. Y'all need to believe in meant to be just a tad bit more, experts. Zach had a profound moment when he was talking to Dr. Pepper. I was proud of him. He says that he is a perfectionist, and he realizes that he puts that on Makayla. Zach, he is really growing. He's really maturing, and I was proud of him. I don't know if somebody else helped him come to that realization or if he did it on his own. But that whole ideal of what a spouse is, and it's the same thing with Johnny. Johnny and Zach are a lot alike. It's the same thing with Johnny. They have that image of what a wife is supposed to be. That's why they're having conflict. Just accepting who their wives are. Just accept them and learn to love them for who they are. If you can't do that, you always gonna be messed up. So Zach and Michaela meet back up later, and Michaela says that she still has her guards up. Okay? I felt her on that. And I feel like that was a little bit of woman's intuition with her. Zach was like, really? I can't tell. She was like, yeah, my guards is up, baby. One eye on ya. Because something is off for her. She says she feels like Zach doesn't feel like he could be with her long term. She feels like he's just going through the motions, right? And she's with him day by day to be able to make that evaluation. Because before that, she asked Zach, what did you envision with marriage, for your marriage? And Zach really gave a nice picture. He said he saw himself and his wife in the kitchen listening to music, cooking, dancing, and the kids running around. I thought that was nice. I thought it was realistic. And all of that was goody. Makayla, she feels something is off in his spirit. And I really feel like it's her intuition kicking in. After the couples all meet up and go play volleyball and all of those things, Makayla and Zach come back to their apartment, right? And they have this conversation of, if today was decision day, would it be a yes or a no? I don't know why they're having this conversation. I wouldn't even want to have it this close to decision day, but okay. So they both said no, right? And with that, Makayla came to the conclusion that, okay, since we're both saying no, let's sleep in separate beds. Because why not? We both not feeling each other right now. Why are we sharing this space? Zach's completely against it. He still wants to have access to Makayla. And he's just like, why we gotta sleep in separate beds? Why we gotta sleep? Why this? Because baby, you're not gonna be up on these cakes and trying to get them at night if you would say no to me on decision day. I completely understood what Makayla was saying. What are we doing? He just want to have access to her in different ways, if you know what I mean. And he was really standing strong on it. He was like, well, okay, well, if we can't sleep in the same bed, I'm going to go all the way to my apartment. What sense does that make? Why? And then he's like, oh, well, I don't run. That's running. You can't sleep in the same home as me unless you're sleeping in the same bed as me. What type of stuff is that? Like, he was really acting like a crybaby. So 20 minutes later, Makayla goes to Zach and she's like, are we good? You know what I'm saying? Are we okay? And he's ignoring her. How childish. But then again, he's 27. So he's mad that they won't sleep together and he decides to go ahead and go to his apartment. So the next day, Zachary is on the phone with his brothers and he tells them, me and Makayla got in a fight and she actually moved out, I guess last night or this morning, after he didn't spend the night with her. He's shocked. He's like, I don't know why she would do that. Maybe because you left. You leave, I leave. This is what goes on. I would have left too. For what? She didn't really want him to go, and he knows that. I don't care what nobody say. He knew that. His brothers are like, well, man, you're doing everything you need to do. I don't know why Makayla acting like that. You doing everything you need to do. Brothers, be real with your brother. Because why did he leave? Y'all didn't even touch on that. And thank goodness, Zach held himself accountable and was like, you know what, I'm not perfect, but I ain't leave. You did leave, but okay. But Makayla left. Child, bye. Leave Makayla alone. Then he's stressed out. He calling her phone and, acting stressed. But you left her. I don't get it. I'm confused. Make it make sense. Because it don't. I don't know what to say for these couples. I'm really just at a loss for words. I'm at a loss for words. So that brings me to the end of my review. If you enjoyed the review, go ahead and give me a like. Go ahead and comment what you thought of tonight's episode. Baby, it was 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. And don't forget to subscribe before you head out. Okay, I'll see you on my next review. Ta-ta.